joining me in the studio to take a look at air travel trends and, of course, his business as a travel agent and travel consolidator, as he put it, is Obinna Ekezie, CEO of wakanow.com, an online travel company. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show, Obinna. Right, first of all, let's talk about the trends we're seeing in terms of growth. Just, enlighten our viewers in terms of growth in airline travel in Nigeria.
Well, there's about a 15% growth in airline travel in Nigeria between 2008 and 2009. That was spurred on more by domestic travel. International travel, I think, saw a slight decline, and that is expected due to the recession we had a few years back.
But what kind of numbers are we talking about? I heard we have, 12 million
Yeah, about 12.5
passengers?
million passengers in Nigeria that flew through Nigerian airports in 2009, compared to about 10.8 million in 2008.
And then what does this mean in terms of revenues?
That means increase in revenues, but I think more of the domestic airlines benefited from that, seeing that there were more international airlines that came in, but the number of passengers didn't really increase.
And then where are the, should I say, most lucrative routes? I mean, I imagine Lagos, London should rank up there.
Lagos, London, Lagos, Dubai, a lot of traffic going towards Asia, where the traders usually go to China and to Hong Kong and those kind of areas. And obviously the US route is also a lucrative route.
And then, of course, the West African region. Many expect that a country like Nigeria should serve as a regional hub. What type of trends are we seeing there?
Definitely Nigeria is a regional hub, because if you look at international travel, a lot of the West African countries come through Nigeria to connect to other to the Western countries. There's also, I think, a growth in regional travel in West Africa for the Nigerian airlines. You see a lot of airlines now going towards Gambia, Cote d'Ivoire, expand the regional routes, Virgin Air Nigeria, Arik Air, aero contractors, I think focusing more on that market.
And that's mostly for leisure, I imagine, or is it more business?
Combination of both. I think Gambia has come up, and Ghana have shown to be good tourist, affordable tourist destinations for Nigerians. So they definitely see that growth is also supported by leisure travel.
And what are the big challenges? Because obviously, yes, 12 million passengers sounds like a big number, but one imagines that given the knock that the industry has taken over the last few years, with a spate of crashes about 3 or 4 years ago, that seems to have died down now. What are the big challenges for the growth of air travel in general, the air travel business?
Well, like with any industry, I think if you look at the way Nigerians purchase travel, you look at Nigerians mostly spend cash. They pay full price for whatever travel arrangements they make. And I think if you want to see a growth in this industry, a form of credit has to be involved. And I think with introduction of credit cards and those kind of things will really help. And we're doing our part in trying to make that happen over the next few months.
Tell us more about that. What kind of things are you doing?
Well, we have wakanow.com, which is an online travel platform, the first of its kind in Nigeria, where we consolidate flights, all the airlines, over 45,000 hotels around the world, and airport transfers, so people can actually log on and book flights. Obviously, also focusing on very good customer service to be able to offer the level of service that customers require. But additional values we're trying to introduce will be credit, and we're working with some banks to be able to introduce a credit card that qualified people could be able to use, and instead of paying full price, they will pay over a period of time. And if you look at, and I think, being that I lived in the US for many years, most people use credit cards to plan their travel. So I think that will really help in this scenario, in this market.
And then talk more about the tourism sector, because obviously if that is booming, that will have a direct impact on air travel. Is that also an issue that you think needs to be addressed?
They mean domestic travel and domestic tourism in Nigeria?
Right, domestic and regional, particularly West Africa. Starting with Nigeria, of course.
Yeah, but Nigeria, we still have a long way to go, because we still need to make the right investments in the tourism sector to be able to have the right infrastructure in place for people to for tourism to increase both domestically and inbound tourism for Nigeria. Regionally, there's some countries that are focused on this, like Gambia, Ghana, seeing huge traffic from Nigeria. Then you go to the Middle East, like Dubai, which has really transformed its own economy from pretty much an oil-based economy, oil revenue-based economy, to now a tourism revenue-based economy, and seeing huge traffic not only from Nigeria but all over the world. A lot of people are going to Dubai for leisure travel, for shopping, even for business. So I think they've really done a good job of transitioning from oil economy to more a tourism destination.
And so, all that said, what do you expect for the industry, particularly airline travel? What kind of growth trends do you anticipate going forward?
Well, and IATA, I believe the statistics show that air travel is on the rise again globally. So I don't expect any changes for Nigeria. I think we're going to always see a rise. I think more distribution channels like online. There's more of a trend now for online bookings. Platform, the airlines are focusing on that. We are focusing on that. It's the future of the industry in terms of distribution. As long as you adding more technology to make it easier for people to travel and adding more credit, I think you'll see the growth in the industry.
What about the Lagos to America route, so to speak? That has opened up over the last few years. Tell us about how that has changed things, the dynamics.
Definitely. I mean, you look at airlines like Delta Airlines that are flying directly, and then United Airlines just came into Nigeria in December last year. Hearing reports that Continental is going to also come in sometime this year. And then obviously to give competition to British Airways and Virgin Atlantic and the other airlines that connect through Europe, Emirates that connect through to Middle East. So that route is also always very lucrative, because if you look at the number of Nigerians that live in the US, it's quite a huge number. And so there's always going to be traffic. And then I think the American and Nigerian business relationship is growing. So there's going to be more traffic towards the direction.
And then lastly, let's talk about infrastructure in Nigeria. Obviously, like I mentioned, we did have a spate of crashes over the last 5 years. Obviously, things have improved significantly, clearly by the authorities in the US allowing Nigerian flights to terminate in the US. That obviously is a very positive move, showing that things are changing. But looking at the infrastructure, do you think how much change do we really need to get things going to the next level?
I mean, we require a huge change in terms of even the aesthetics, and the airports in Nigeria are not in good shape compared to where we're supposed to be. If you look at, let's look at our fellow country here in Africa, South Africa, we compare the airports to Nigerian airports is night and day. So a lot of focus has to go in that direction to make sure that when people come into our country, we showcase a world-class, we'll showcase world-class facilities, and we have the money to do. We just need to make sure that it's done. And so in terms of infrastructure, we have quite a way to go, and focus needs to be on that.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Obinna Ekezie giving us his thoughts